looking good.
I don't even I can't even remember what round it was. What was that, round 2? You know, Robert Guerrero, for one, Robert Guerrero just got beaten by a fighter who was 190 pounds in January. Also a fighter who's coming off, what did they say? A 19-month layoff or something like that? In Omar Figueroa Jr., who's still undefeated with 27-0-1 with 19 KOs. He's also had notorious hand problems. And for him to stop Robert the Ghost Guerrero, okay, it was round 3 when the fight was stopped. Put it this way. Robert Guerrero, I hate to say it because he's one of my favorite fighters, is done. Because he can't stop from doing that brawling shit. And it's hard to tell a fighter whose father is their trainer, like, yo, you need a new trainer, bro. But is it his father that's, you know, like, who is it? And he's had his father his whole career. Like, it's something, listen, that brawling shit that he's been doing, you know, it gets him in trouble, and he used to be such a good boxer. Robert Guerrero used to have a excellent jab. Once he hit that 147-pound division after that layoff, what was it, about a year and a half or so, because his wife was sick, he came back for Celtic ID, and I covered that fight, not on this channel, on another channel. And I saw, shit, he uppercutted the shit out of Robert Guerrero. I'm looking at the replays. You know, he came back this CrossFit brawler type dude. And I remember, when I wish I still had those videos, I'm covering the fight, and I'm like, yo, like, what is this? Like, what kind of Robert Guerrero is this? And, you know, it worked with Andre Berto, but then when you saw when he fought Floyd Mayweather, right? That shit didn't work on Floyd, obviously. Then he went on to fight Yoshihiro Kamagai, you know, in a fight that was supposed to be like a comeback win for him. That shit wasn't easy. Now Kamagai's fighting Miguel Cotto. Then he went on to fight Aaron Martinez, Keith Thurman, you know, in a high-profile fight, the premiere of Premier Boxing Champions on NBC. You know, he put on a good fight. Then he went on to fight Aaron Martinez when he was knocked out cold on his feet, but somehow was able to continue and got a gift decision in many people's eyes. You know, then, you know, to fast forward, he did very good in the Danny Garcia fight, but then he went on to fight David Peralta and looked like shit and got stopped by a journeyman. And now this, his third straight fight? Now this, his third straight fight, losing to a smaller fighter who's had a long layoff, who had notorious hand injuries, who's coming from a smaller weight division. Yes, Robert Guerrero's at that weight division of 135. But my God, it's like, this is really sad to me. You know, because, I mean, I guess I can't, you know, like, I'm not a fan anymore, I'm a media member. You know, but it's just like, man, like, I don't like seeing fighters go out like that. You know, that should be sad, man.
All right, Brian, thank you so much. Omar, congratulations to you. Wow. I mean, wow, what a return. You give us your own evaluation of what happened in there.
As simply as I could put it is, I'm finally healthy. So, that's it.
You guys got on each other's chest there in the second round, so what were you thinking there?
That was a game plan, where we knew that he was coming in here with something to prove, so we knew that he was going to come out a little bit more fired up than usual. We let him wear out a little bit. Thankfully, I caught him, and I just finished the job.
Did you think the uppercut would...
They got the arena speakers on.
The punches that we practiced a lot in the past, the left uppercut, and like I said, it just happened to work.
All right, he kept getting back up, and in fact, he attacked you pretty hard, like once or twice, came right after you. What was that like?
Well, that's the fun part of boxing. You know, that's what I love about it. And, you know, he put up a great effort. My respects to Robert. It's an honor and, you know, privilege to be sharing the same ring with him. Even better to beat him.
All right, what did you think of yourself at 147 pounds?
Well, I felt good. I mean, the weight cut, like I said, it was the easiest part, but I want to win a title at 140.
Can you do that?
Yes, sir.
No, I mean get the weight. I mean, that's what
I know what you meant, yes. Yeah.
All right. Well, you look great at 147 as well. Omar, congratulations to you. Sensational performance. Thank you.
So,
right back to you.
From what I'm getting from it, is this. This wasn't even a fight. Like, this was like a comeback fight for him. And the reason why I was fighting at 147 was, from what I'm getting from it, because they didn't want him to cut all the way down to 140. So really, he's a 140 fighter fighting at 147, and then that just goes to show you that Robert Guerrero he's not even a gatekeeper anymore. What's lower than a gatekeeper? What's lower than a gatekeeper? I feel bad for Robert Guerrero, man. But now, you know, it's time to get over to HBO. It looks like, you know, Figueroa says he wants to go down to 140 and fight. Well, he's going to go down to 140 and fight. He's not going to stay at 147, which is smart. You know, he's not ready for Errol Spence and Keith Thurman, you know, or Jeff Horn. You know? So at 140, even though you have Terrence Crawford versus Julian Ndungu happening for all the belts, if Terrence Crawford wins, he's going to move up to 147. If Julian Ndungu wins, we don't know. You know, so I'm going to go ahead and just turn over to HBO. You know, this was a good card. All the fights were exciting. They ended in knockouts, and you know, I'm glad that PVC is putting on these stacked cards like this. They wasn't doing this before. So I'm T-Street Controversies. It's T-Street Controversy Live. It looks like it's the end of the Ghost. The Ghost is he's a ghost of himself. T-Street Controversy Live. Please subscribe.